Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in Ego. This is back on my private world. Before we get started today, if you enjoy the Ego videos or just my channel in general, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm pushing to get to 1,000 subscribers this year in 2021, and we're making very good progress on that, I'm happy to say. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, I really would appreciate it. If you have subscribed already, do me a favor and share the channel with someone who you think would appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to be working on improving the house a little bit, going over a couple of different things that I've noticed very new players have a little bit of trouble with. And then, yeah, just generally putting around and you know, getting a little bit of progress done on the world. So the first one that I wanted to address was some research. There've been several questions that I've had posted about research and how that's done. So I'm going to go over that in a little bit more detail today. I'm going to first check and see which skill books I have. So I've got masonry, I've got basic engineering, smelting, carpentry, farming, butchery, and right, that's all of them. Okay, so if I've got those, we're going to go ahead and see what other ones that I can learn here. So I think I can learn cooking, or I can start researching that. Let's see here, cooking skill book. What do we need for that? Culinary research paper basic. Okay. And 5 basic and metallurgy research paper basic. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll go ahead and craft a cooking skill book here. I'm going to go ahead and order one of those. And as you can see, it requires basic research tags here. And this basic research tag basically means, that it will take anything of that type. So as you can see, it'll take any of these research paper basic. All of these end in research paper basic here. So culinary, dendrology, gathering, geology, metallurgy. Any of those will work for basic research. Then of course you do have your specific ones. The metallurgy research paper basic will only take those. And then the culinary research paper basic will only take those. You need, in this case, 5 of the culinary, 3 of the metallurgy, and 5 of the basic ones, and I've already got 5 of those, 8 of those actually constructed, so I'm going to go ahead and order that. We'll do the work on here. You can hold the Alt button and left click and it will do all of the work that you have the calories for, and then of course it's going to require each of the different ingredients. I'm going to go through and I'm going to find these culinary research paper basic here, and I'm going to go ahead and order 3 of those. 1, 2, 3, and order them. There we go, very good. And I'm going to go through then and find the metallurgy one. There we go, metallurgy research paper basic, and I'm going to order 1, 2, 3 of those. Okay, very good. So that's all of the research queued up. I've got the research paper basic for each of these, the metallurgy and the culinary research, and I actually had all of the ingredients for those already in storage. So it should have no trouble getting those made up. I'm going to make sure that I don't actually physically have any of those here in my stockpile, or in my inventory here. Very good. Wild stew. Whew. Okay. Culinary research, fried vegetables, campfire salads. Okay, good. So I can safely eat those stews without compromising that. Very good. And I can also eat the topped porridge without any trouble. I do need to find some better some better meat, or some protein and fat. I think I can make that just with some charred camas bulbs or something. We'll take a look here and see what I can make out of fuel. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll take these and see what else I can make here. So the campfire roasts, are going to require butchery. So let's see what else I can make here. Charred taro. That's not going to do much for us. Fried camas. Those would all be good ones, of course, but I don't have any of the fat tags currently. Jungle campfire stew. That actually does pretty well. Let's see. It requires that fat. That's probably part of it. Meaty stew. Very good. Root campfire salad. Let's see what that does. Campfire stew. That's actually a pretty good balance right there, but of course it still requires that fat, which I don't have any of, because that really requires butchery to get that, so, or to get it in any decent quantities. So I've got 2 hours or so until the next level up. I very well may sleep some of that away, just so that I can do that. And it looks like we've used up all of the space currently, so I'm going to go ahead and queue up a couple of projects here on my workbench. Here we go. I'm going to queue up a couple of dirt ramps. Let's go ahead and let's do 10 of those. There we go. And we'll do the work on that. Okay, very good. I've got my basic upgrade 2s. I am going to need carpentry here relatively quickly before I can upgrade any further on that. We're doing quite well on the other ones though, so I'm going to see about setting up a little farm as well this time around, because I am going to need to eat something relatively soon here. Now that these are, that this is full, I may very well need to change up some other things here first. What are we working on here? My night table, that requires work by someone else. Okay, modules, good. We'll go ahead and queue up a couple of those. Very good. And then I'll be able to turn those, well, actually, let's cancel that. Because that's, we've already got several of those queued up over here. So, let's see here, wood and stone, basic upgrades. Looks like we're going to be mining out some stone. So, let's see. Researched it, but I haven't yet specialized it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and see about making some. Here we go. Oh, very good. We'll go ahead and need a couple of those. And put those into there. Very good. And that should go ahead and start work on those metallurgy research papers. We'll check on them quickly. Metallurgy research paper basic, very good. And we're just waiting on the culinaries for that, it looks like. We'll go ahead and queue those up. Okay, very good. Okay, so another question that I got relatively often was setting up rooms so that they can actually start to produce skill value for you. So a couple of quick tips about that. To actually have a room produce room skill value for you, you need to have it set that up. To actually have it produce room value, it cannot have any crafting tables in it that are of the industrial sort. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll queue this up. Oh, build this up and I'll show you what I mean. I guess I really should have. There we go, done that. Oops. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll pause right here. I'll get this constructed, and then we'll pick up again once this is done. Okay, so I've got the room finished, or at least enough for it to identify as a room. For that, you have to have no blocks or no holes in the walls bigger than 2, and you have to have at least all of the floor blocks covered with a roof. So you cannot have any holes in your roof. These edge blocks do not count unless you're on a specialized server that has a specific setting. So those can of course just be filled in as you get more of those resources. So I have an empty room here. I have a room volume of 36 and a score of 0.9 for the tier. And that's simply because I have a couple of these that are not fully filled in, and so they're counting as let's see here, 94 logs. It is kind of counting some of these blocks as tier 0s, and so it will not officially fill those in and go to a 1.0 until those are filled. So I'm going to go ahead, there you go, see 0.94. There you go, and 1. So as soon as those are all filled in, that'll get you to 1, and it will ignore these holes in the walls. Okay, so to actually get things with a room score, as you can see, I've got a couple of statues down here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up this wolf statue, and I'm going to move it upstairs here. And as you can see, this is a completely enclosed room. I do not have any crafting stations in here, and so that will now contribute to my room score. If I were to put furniture over here, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't actually contribute anything because all of these crafting tables, this one and this one and this one specifically, I believe the research table might as well, basically means that it invalidates it for having a room score. It will not contribute anything to your housing value. So your manufacturing or your industrial section of your house does have to be separate from your actually quote-unquote living area, and the living area is kind of what produces those skill points, or at least your housing value skill points. So I'm up to 224 now. I've got an hour and 47 minutes before that goes ahead and levels up to the next one. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and sleep for another 2 hours here, and we'll come back as soon as we get this next skill point. Okay, so there's our next skill point. We've slept for 2 hours of the equivalent of real game time. So I believe for this next one, let's see here, I don't know, I think I'm probably going to pick up basic engineering, although I really need to work on this carpentry as well, so I'm half tempted just to cheat, give myself a couple of levels here. Or maybe butchery, Wainwright table. Let's see if I can make the butchery table. Butchery table requires carpentry. Okay, so I am going to have to go ahead and take carpentry then. So we'll go ahead and learn that. Yes. And it looks like it's going to be another 8 hours and 24 minutes before I can get my next skill. So at this point we start to see some diminishing returns. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll do that work on the Wainwright table there so that we can get the basic engineering done. And then, let's see here. Well, so basic upgrade 3, that requires Carpentry 5. Okay, but with that addition of Carpentry, I can go ahead and start making various different hewn logs. I can make boards, all those different things. I'm going to go ahead and make 10 of those. And because of my reduction here, of course, you can see it only takes 4 of those resources instead of 5. We'll go ahead and move those to the front there so that we can have those manufactured a little bit faster. And let's see here, what do we want to make first? Hewn chair, hewn door, we should have a hewn table somewhere down here. Hewn bench and hewn table, those require Carpentry 2. An icebox. There we go, very good. That was a level up in Carpentry, so that levels up very, very fast when you're on a single player world, which is a good thing, because sitting around waiting for it to level up for an extended period of time would of course be quite tedious. Let's go ahead and make another 10 of these. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll make a hewn chair. Let's just make 2 of those. There we go. And we'll go ahead and do the work on that as well. And these will help me to level up my house skill as well. And we'll go ahead and we'll make some more hewn logs here. Let's go ahead and make 20. There we go. Yep, perfect. And we're going to do the work there. Alright, I should have some more food somewhere in here that I can eat. Fried camas. That's quite good. We'll go ahead and have a couple of those as well. So those are still increasing my skill level also. Okay, let's check on this. Geology was still waiting on 2 culinary research. Where did those go? I thought I crafted 2 of them. Perhaps not. Fried vegetable tag. Then those would have been put somewhere I could access them. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to go and grab a couple of those fried tomatoes from over here, and I may very well be at a standstill unless I can get there we go. Oh, there we go, there's a little bit of fat. Perfect. Let's see here, charred, fried tomatoes, there we go. Go ahead and make 5 of those, very good. Alright. Let's check on other crafting projects here. Okay, let's go and drag that to the front there. There's our Wainwright table. So we'll have to put that down. We'll have to put that down somewhere in here. Actually, we might very well have to. Let's see here, 148. How much do we have here? 125. How about 148? Might very well just have to knock this wall out here and move those all upstairs. Let's go ahead and do that. The reason I'm on this one today is because the previous server that I was on has kind of slowed down almost to the point of dying. And so I'm just on this one until they either do a reset or we reach a point I can jump back there. Let's see here. There we go. Good. We'll go ahead and take those, and I'm going to pop that one into there as well. Very good. And that's everything that it needs for that last. Interesting. We'll go ahead and cancel that one then. And that should put very good resources back into storage. Okay, so we've got a couple of those goodies. I'll have to eat those a little bit later because I've got a little bit far ahead there. Okay, very good. Requirements, I do not have a high enough room tier here. So that'd be the other thing, is the room tier. You need to have a certain room tier to be able to use certain things. This one's a 0.8. I'm actually going to go ahead and we'll take these hewn logs. Oops. Let's put those down onto the wood floor. So we can hold F to pick a certain type of block. 0.82 and 36, perfect. Go ahead and pick that up. And we'll rotate that and put that right there. Perfect. Alright. So I can go ahead then and sell various different things. Obviously there's no one on currently with me. But when I'm joined by either some friends, or if I direct invite people, we'll be able to sell various different things to them and do some trade. Let's see here, what else? Metallurgy's done. Geology research paper. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to learn butchery. I already know butchery. Okay, well, apparently someone else can learn butchery now. Go ahead and take these upstairs. And that's going to increase my room score a little bit, as you can see down here. And let's see what I'm at here. Level 3 in carpentry. Okay, let's see if we can make some more things here. And, ooh, there we go. Tailoring table. We're going to need one of those here in the future. Let's go ahead and make one of them. And can we make a butchery table? I think we can make a butchery table now. We'll make sure that we don't have one already. Wainwright. Good, I don't think I had. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and make a butchery table as well. Move that to the front. And let's go ahead and move that actually as well. And we'll have to get ourselves some more. There we go. Some more logs. Okay. I'll go ahead and put those into there. Alright. So, that's got a decent number of those ready to go. We should have everything in there for both of those projects. So I'm going to go ahead and drag those around to get those started. Okay, very good. Okay, so let me think about this. What are some other tips that I can impart? We've gone over room school. We've gone over, well, I guess we can go over food. So you're attempting to try and keep this balanced at 25% a piece. The higher food that you eat, of course, the better your skill multiplier. Go ahead and eat a couple of these here now. It's bringing me back down. Let's make some more charred beans. Let's see, the beet campfire salad. What does that do for me? Yeah, it's too high in the vitamins. Charred canis. Kind of. I kind of don't want to use up all of those. Charred mushrooms. Kind of decent protein. Charred sausage. Meaty stew. I don't have any of that either. Chopped porridge. No. Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to go with the charred beans. Here we go. We'll just go ahead and produce 10 of those. Yeah. We'll go ahead and put this one right there. Alright, so we've got our butchery table now. We'll go ahead and we'll drag this one. Let's put that right there. And 0.65 out of 0.8. So I am going to have to increase the room tier here before I can actually do that. There we go. Perfect. Got another one. No, come on. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Well, I guess when we pick up butchery, we'll have a couple of deer to butcher. Alrighty, well, I think that will about wrap it up for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. We've kind of gotten the next step there with the butchery table. We've got carpentry, we've got masonry, we've got logging. So we've got our skill chain going quite well as far as the upgrades go. We should see this level up to 4 pretty quickly here, which will allow me to, of course, start making the basic upgrade 3s, which will greatly improve our ability to produce things at lower cost. What have I got here? 5. Half tempted. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a couple of those as well. There we go. Move this over. And we'll go ahead and make a wooden latrine. There we go. 2 more boards. Where are those getting gobbled up at? Somewhere along the way. Let's go and make a few more. It's not gobbling them up here, so there we go, perfect. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and drag the latrine to the front here as well. Oh, there we go, we'll drag it to there. Perfect. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, I think that will be it for today. We've hit about 30 minutes here. If you found this video to be helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. And if there's something that I've missed or something more that I can elaborate on, drop me a comment down below and I'll try and include that in the next video. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Take care. Ta-ta.